YouTube. Happy Friday. My Coleman lantern's putting off some light, getting some glare. Nothing like a camo smoking hat with a purple collared shirt that you wore to work. Matches well. Enjoying a Fuente Anejo 50. Really good stick. And, you know, just a glass of Sprite. Nothing in it, just Sprite. Maybe Sierra Mist. It's not really Sprite, Sierra Mist. So, a couple conundrum questions that I asked the other day, and I appreciate you guys' input. I'm a fan of those Kamado cookers, man. Like me some charcoal, but I love the Kamados. So, Kamado Joe Jr. is sold out everywhere. What the hell everybody's doing? When did they buy up all the Kamados? I think it's a manufacturing issue. COVID-19, it's not necessarily essential. One website said they'll probably start getting them in June. So, found a website that would knock $50 off if I wait for it. And at this point, might as well wait for it. So, that'll save me $50 and another 30 some that I paid for a warranty I really didn't need. So almost $100 difference. We'll see. I might pull the trigger on that. Won't get it maybe till 4th of July, but oh well. In the meantime, I'll use my Smoky Joe Jr. So Mrs. Buckeye and I went to Lowe's tonight and we looked at the Kamado Classic 1, which is the very next step up from the Joe Jr. And it's just too big. It's not much smaller, if at all smaller, than my large big green egg. There's no way we're lugging that thing in and out of a camper and around because it was 188 pounds. So we'll settle for the Smoky Joe Weber. I looked at the other smokers and the offset smokers, and I just don't want to have that much stuff out there because we don't go but on the weekends in a couple weeks. So I'm thinking just getting in line for the Kamado Joe. I've got an email in, and if the guy will do the free shipping and the $50 off, and I'm not 200th in line, then I might do that. So that's Conundrum 1. In the meantime, I'll use the Smoky Joe, the Weber, the Smoky Joe Jr. Mini, whatever they call it. Doesn't make sense to buy another grill that does the same thing as that little guy will. When we just need a couple steaks here and there. The Kamado I want for smoking pork and doing stuff on the weeks that we're down there, doing pulled pork and having parties at the camper. But if it's just Mrs. Buckeye and I, we can get by with the mini Weber for now. So that's Conundrum 1. I think we have solved it. Conundrum 2 was pavers, wood deck, or just use the rug and natural grass, and had a lot of different feedback from a lot of people. And I think we're going to do the wood. Looked at the pavers, and man, even to do a 10 by 10 or an 18 by 10, it was going to be a whole pallet of those stupid things that weighed 2,000 pounds, and then you got to mess with each one individually, and I just wasn't about that. But I think I've got a plan. So you carpenters, check me on this. So I think, in my mind, this makes sense, but I don't do this for a living. But we're looking at getting either 2 by 6 by 10 or 2 by 8 by 10, or even a 2 by 10 by 10. Just depends on how much we want to step up. It's not going to, this deck is not going to be anchored in. There's no concrete work going to go on. It'll be as level as we need it. If it's the way I'm looking at this is like the way you look at a dresser. If I need to stick a little shim under it somewhere to level it out just a hair, that's what I'm going to do. Because it's just going to be the two of us the most, and we're not going to entertain. I thought I wanted this 20 by 10 deck, and I got to talking today, and I called a guy and stupidly thought, hey, maybe I can get this thing purchased for $1,000 all in materials, and he comes out and does a cash weekend job. No, 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 no. It's going to be close to $2,000 for a 10 by 10. I just thought that's asinine, so I'm doing it myself. So if we take the boards, we'll need, the way I'm going to do it, the way it makes sense in my head, probably 2 by 6 by 10, and I could go up a little bit, but lay them on the edge. That's my frame. So I've got two 10-footers this way. If I space them 15 inches apart that way, they square out equally. So I'll be 120 inches across, so 10 feet across lengthwise, and I'll be 124 inches. So you had to count for the 2-inch boards on either side. 124 inches across width. However you want to turn it, length, width, it doesn't really matter. From that point, if we do 2 by 4s, if you butt them up, and no space at all, but you got to put a little space in there. So 2 by 4s is probably not the way we're going to go. 31 2 by 4s would cover the top perfectly. Screw down, it's done. But if we do a 2 by 6, it'd be about 20 that's needed, 20.66. So if we put a little space in between each one, and again, I don't care. We're not out there with a freaking, it's not have to be perfect. This is just a little deck we're going to set on a couple times a week, not on the weekends. I think that brings it home. If it hangs over a little on one end, I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to be out there with saws and freaking builder squares and everything else trying to get this perfect. I don't care that the screw holes are uniform. We'll line them up as best we can. We'll probably make some sort of template, but I'm not going to be out there millimeter wise making sure that everything looks like a cemetery, Arlington National Cemetery, where if you look in any direction it's a perfectly straight line with screws. I'm not going to worry about that. There's Conundrum 2. So I think we're going to try to build a deck. Mrs. Buckeye's really good at that kind of stuff, and I'm no slouch. I made a cutting board in wood shop when I was in 8th grade. I think I can handle this project. We'll see. But anyhow, it's Friday night. Could enjoy the Cinejo and maybe jump over to house party, see if anybody's out and about. It's Friday. It's a beautiful night. And all is well. And this glare on my glasses drives me crazy, so I'm sure it's driving you all crazy. So maybe next time I'll just do contacts. It's better. Who knows? Doesn't matter. Anyhow, folks, be well, be safe. Take care of yourself. Wash your hands. We'll see. If I build this monstrosity, I could talk, monstrosity of a crooked deck that looks like a crab walking down the street, I'll show that to you. And you know what? Even if it's crooked, I don't care. As long as it supports a couple chairs and a table so we can sit out under our awning and get in our zero gravity and kick back and have a couple drinks between us and lay out and relax. I don't care. Don't care. Put too much thought in it. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.